So I'm told I'm picking up Don Rickles at his house. And I'm taking him to the Greek Theater in Los Angeles. Now the Greek Theater is a great theater. It's an outside theater where there's great concerts. And I'm told Don Rickles is opening for none other than Frank Sinatra. I was in awe. So Rickles says to me, why don't you come backstage? And if I need something, you're right there. And it'd be a good experience. It's okay. He gave me a backstage pass, and I was backstage. I'm sitting down waiting for Rickles to do his thing. Sinatra's right here. I was in awe. I've never been that close to God before. There he was. So I'm sitting down waiting for backstage, and who walks in but Jack Gilardi? Now you might not recognize the name. Jack Gilardi is Vice President of ICM, that's International Creative Management, a high-powered agent of most of Hollywood's elite. Don Rickles married Jack Gilardi's secretary, so they knew each other. Jack Gilardi at one time was married to Annette Funicello. They had 3 beautiful children, got divorced, and that got sick. The rest is history. So Jack walks in the back door and he says, Rob, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Rickles is right here. He goes, you go right to the limo guy? You don't talk to the stars? Well, you made your money off me, so you go right to the limo guy. What's with this? Jack says, how are you? So, Rob, you're driving the big stars now. I said, no bigger than you, Jack. He goes, what? I'm not as big as Jack, the agent? It goes on and on. So Jack says to me, so Rob, you're driving the big stars now. I said, no bigger than you, Jack. Rickles goes off again. I'm no bigger than Jack, the agent. They laugh and laugh. Jack Gilardi goes on his way. So there was a rapport. Rickles is not quite on, Sinatra's walking around, so I thought I'd talk to Rickles. I said, Don, you hear the one about the... He goes, what? The limo guy's going to tell me a joke. I don't need your jokes, keep it. Well, I'm going to tell you what I was going to tell Rickles backstage at the Greek. What's the best combination as far as marriage goes? Ethnic-wise. Why, it's a Jew and an Italian. Why, you ask? One can't get it wholesale, the other steals it. Thought it was pretty funny. It's not politically correct right about now, but who cares? So I see Don's assistant. And I said, Ramon, you want to go outside and watch Don do his thing? He says, I've seen it 1,000,000 times. I don't need to see it again. So usually, when somebody opens for a band, they do their shtick and they leave. I knew, or I'm told I knew, that Rickles and Sinatra were friends, but I didn't know what the gig was. Thank God he stayed. Thank God he stayed. I could have went anywhere I wanted to see Frank do his music. So I got out front and I see Frank do his show. He might have made a few mistakes. This is back in 1990, but so what, it was great. Well, I knew I had a great story to tell, but it doesn't end there, Rickles style. They all go out to a restaurant, a well-known Beverly Hills restaurant. It's not there anymore, called Chase's. Chase's restaurant, I think it was on Duckham Boulevard. It's famous like the Brown Derby. All the Hollywood greats would go there, have a drink and dinner. So we get there, and Frank Sinatra's already in. So I said to Don, how long are we going to be? He looks at me like I'm from Jupiter. He said, you don't know Frank, do you? I said, no. He said, we're here as long as Frank wants us to be here. I said, okay, so I got time to go out and get a sandwich and come back? He said, absolutely. Go out, I'll find you. Now, my rule of thumb with driving the limousine for about 6 years, you don't take advantage of being away from the client. For some reason, it bites you on the ass, and it's just terrible. You got to be on time, on their time, it's tense. So I drive back with my sandwich, and I see Frank's limousine driver. I said, you're driving Sinatra. He goes, yes, sir. I said, where should I put my car? He goes, put it there. I said, yeah, but you're driving Sinatra. That means you should put it there. That means your car would be first. He goes, he knows where I am. So we waited for about an hour. I got the heads up that they're coming out. Who comes out first? Frank and Barbara. Now, the limousines back there in 1990, they're all continental stretch, not the 90,000-foot stretches we have today. They're small. Frank knows he has a black driver, but not a white driver, but I'm not standing by the car. So Frank and Barbara, doors are open, they get back in my car. Rickles walks out. He said, Robert, is that my car? I said, yeah, that's your car. He said, what are they doing in my car? I said, I don't know, maybe you're going out for a drink or something. Rickles says, the only place this Jew is going is home to sleep. That's okay. This is where it gets crazy. Rickles and Sinatra have all these people outside. They're friends that they just left from having a drink with. So Rickles says, loud enough for his audience to hear, Robert, what's that guinea bastard doing in my car? Frank kind of stirs, didn't quite hear it. He has the guts to say it again. Robert, what's that guinea bastard doing in my car? I said, I don't know. With that, Frank pops out of the car and said, what the hell are we doing in his car? And they kind of move around and stagger and get in his limo. Rickles comes running over to me and says, quick, Rob, let's get the hell out of here. If Frank remembers or thinks he remembers what I said to him, I'm in deep shit. We jump in my car, take Rickles home in Beverly Hills right down the street. Now, I've driven Don Rickles many times. He's funny, but he's not crass to me. After all, I'm driving the car, you know? You're not naughty to the guy that's got the wheel. So Don says, let's go home. So I drive Don home. He said, Rob, that was a great ride. I said, it sure was, Don. I appreciate it. That was a great ride. He said, Rob, I hope to see you next time. I said, I hope to see you next time. Rickles never tipped cash. He'd always put 20% on the tip for gratuity, and I thank him. I said, good night, Don. And he said, good night, and good night. Good night to you all. And now you have the spirit of Johnny Cash coming back to play some of the favorites. Thank you all.